A lot's changed since the last Arab Economic Summit 2 years ago. A new realisation is now dawning on leaders meeting in Egypt, that stability in the Arab world will only come through a vibrant and prosperous economy.
We have realized that the priority of economic cooperation and development is no longer just about improving the lives of our people, but it has become an issue of our future, survival, self-determination, and the necessity for Arab national security.
The issues causing the revolution in Tunisia are not far from the issue of this summit, which is economic and social development.
Leaders met for the first time since the public revolt in Tunisia, with oil-rich Gulf states spearheading a $2 billion fund to help create jobs and bolster weaker economies.
If you don't have stability, you don't have investment. If you don't have investment, you don't have jobs, and it's a vicious circle. So stability is very key, and Egypt have been fortunate that we have had stability in one of the most unstable regions of the world in the last 30 years. Despite the fact that we had terrorism coming and we had a lot of events around us which are very difficult, but Egypt have always been an island of stability.
There are reasons why the upheaval and the unrest in Tunisia happened. I think the economic disparity is a part of it, and I think that the more governments in the region recognize and realize that the youth need to be productively channeled, opportunities need to be created for them.
100 million new jobs are needed by 2025. It's not only a race against time for the Arab world, but a fight against potential unrest if people can't find work.
Employment. Obviously, this is a big issue. It's the big dinosaur in the room that everybody has to deal with. It's affecting, obviously, a lot of economic climates and obviously political ones as well.
Job creation is a real challenge in the coming years. Growing the investments between the Arab countries, again, is something that is on the top of the agenda.
That's why Arab leaders listened intently to the demands of the region's business elite, speaking in unison for the first time ever as the Arab Business Initiative.
Having the Arab companies under an umbrella that can voice their opinions, that can give at least recommendations to the policymakers and the leaders, we felt that this is of importance, because the era coming, the private sector is going to be playing a very important role.
And with an estimated $500 billion in investments, 30 of the Arab world's largest companies are now acting together with significant clout.
They do actually demand the liberalization of markets. They want to have better and freer movement for people, for goods, for money. They want a better environment for investment. They want to make sure that there are guarantees against government decisions and as well as any level of corruption at any level that would hurt their investment.
This initiative is inspired by the Chief Executives Council in Europe and is the first one of its kind in the Arab world. The idea is to give the private sector one voice when it comes to lobbying Arab governments from the Gulf states to the Maghreb. And lobby they did in this Red Sea resort, demanding more support for SMEs or small to medium enterprises, the backbone of many Arab economies.
Canadian and Australian.
Another rallying call for the Arab Business Initiative, slashing youth unemployment, now seen as a potential flashpoint in the years ahead.
It will derive its importance if the leaders and the presidents and the rulers understand the importance of the private sector to establish jobs and create opportunities for the young Arab youth that is coming out now and is lacking jobs, lacking opportunities.
The governments, they have the will. They have the political will to make it happen. They don't know how to do it. They don't know how to do it. They don't know how to get the money. They don't know how to get the projects done. And that's where I think the benefit of having regional companies and private sector sitting and taking the initiative together with the governments.
Certainly events in Tunisia, spurred on by economic strife and unemployment, raised many questions for the region's leaders and their need for stability. The good thing is that they may have already found the answers. They're coming straight out of the boardrooms, offices and shop floors across the Arab world.